What is going on, guys? It is your boy Jay Custer Gray here with another My Hero Academia review, episode 12. End of the beginning, beginning of the end. That's a mouthful right there. But before we jump directly into the video, I do want to address this about anime. It's nothing big, but why does everyone who is like crucial or important to the main character start off like tall, like I won't say tall, but you know, a certain height. But then like you look at them later on, or they show a flashback of them when they're tall and everything, and you come to the current version of them, and they're like 3'3", like 2'6", 4 foot. They're like dwarves now or something like that. I'm like, so what reverse in anime do they do? Like, do they? I don't know. It like bothers me a little bit now because this episode, I noticed like Deku mom was tall when he was young. Like, she was tall, like tall, like. And now she's like a mouse squeak. Like, she's short as hell now. But yeah, I just wanted to address that because that bothered me a little bit. That happens a whole lot in anime. Not a whole lot in every anime, but it happens a lot. Okay, so sorry to kill your time, waste your time. Back into the episode. So, episode starts off with the end of All Might. Not the end of All Might, but his hero career, pretty much. And it's the clip from the episode, the last episode, where he was saying, "It's your turn. You're next. It's your turn." So Midoriya got the message like he's out of All for One. You know, it's all out of the system. His career's over. After the intro, it was a group of people. I would say the people that's pretty much in charge. I wouldn't say in charge of the, you know, keeping the heroes in check and whatnot, but they were talking about how they lost their symbol of peace and you know, now the world seeing what All Might really looks like and we can form, and there was hope and all that goodness. Then it cuts to All Might in the hospital. He's pretty much saying the same thing, but he hasn't lost hope. He's pretty much saying that, you know, I can no longer be the symbol of peace, but then they dive into All for One telling All Might about the previous All for One user Nana and her grandson Tomura, and he was like, he's still hurt about it and everything like that. Torino and the officer that was All Might's friend, I can't remember his name to save my life, he's there, and they're pretty much like, you know, there was a reason why she said not to keep contact with him, things like that and everything. But Gran Torino pretty much was like, look, you may not be the actual, well, you may not like go out and be the symbol of peace, but you still are a symbol of peace. So after that, it cuts to the kids pretty much escorting Kanchan to the police so he can give up the information that he knew. Then it obviously goes back, you know, in their mind, they're thinking about what's happening and everything like that. Then it cuts to Todoroki. And Todoroki goes home. And you don't see it very often in the episodes. You only see maybe like 3 or 4 times out of like the 50-something episodes in, 3 seasons. But he goes home, and his sister was like, I was worried about you, you know, after, you know, you said you were going to see mom, you never came back. He was like, yeah, I'm sorry, you know, things happened, And all you hear this like loud explosion behind him, and his sister was like, yeah, he's been like that since he came home. So Todoroki goes, and like it's his dad, and his dad like has destroyed everything in his weight room. Everything is engulfed in flames. And his dad's like, I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it. And he's pretty much referring to All Might and how he's retiring and how he now is automatically boosted to the #1 hero when he wanted to work his way to being #1. So after that, goes to Midoriya. Midoriya finally comes home. He doesn't really interact with his mom when he gets home. He's more of like, his mom was like, All Might had a tough fight. He was like, yeah. And he just goes up, looks at his phone, and falls asleep. Then he wakes up, looks at his phone, and realizes someone messages him, and he jets downstairs. His mom was like, dinner's almost ready. He's like, later. And he's just gone. So it goes back to the beach from the very first season, pretty much the first couple episodes, I would say the first 5 episodes, where he was training to become stronger to receive All For One. And All Might was there. And they were running towards each other, and next thing you know, All Might was like, Texas Smash, and just punched him in the face. And pretty much he told him, like, All For One is completely out of his system. He transforms into his muscle form and punches, like, literally, like, not even full-fledged punches, like 1, 2, 3. Instantly converts back to his weak form and just throws up blood, like, no hesitation. But then he also congratulates him about how all the times he actually has ran into battle or ran in trying to save a friend, he's hurt himself, but this time he's actually didn't hurt himself or anyone or anything like that, so he's proud of him. And then he pretty much told him, like, now that he's no longer a hero, he's going to be dedicating a lot of his time to, like, actually revising him and his training and everything like that. So, after that, it cuts to morning, and then it is All Might, Vlad King, and Mr. Aizawa in Netsu, the principal's office. And they're talking and everything like that. They're talking about how Netsu was talking about how he had this in mind, but he never got a chance to go through with it. But now the circumstances have changed, he's forcing it. And he just slides a paper and it just says, UA dorm room something. I can't remember what it's like. Pretty much it's saying that, instead of like the kids going home, they're going to be living on campus. Then it also cuts to Headphone Jack's parents. Yeah, her parents. Cuts to her parents. And like her dad is like kind of laying in them a little bit. Not too much, but he was kind of like, my girl was injured and my daughter, how is this going to rectify? And, Mr. Aizawa was going through, he's like, yeah, that's true. I'm sorry. And Headphone Jack just comes in. He's like, why are you bowing to him? We've already made a decision a long time ago once the paper came in through the mail. Dad just being a dick. and she was like, and Dad loves, like, All Might. He saw the fight. He was like up here crying and stuff, and they're going at it. And like, I want to put a pin in this real quick, but you realize the parents, like once you look at the character and then you look at their parents, you realize like pretty much what portions came from the parents. Like Headphone Jack's mom has like the same Headphone Jack's ears. But her dad loves rock. You can tell by like the way he was talking through the movie, not the movie, but the show. So yeah, and back to it. So then Mr. Aizawa and All Might are back in the car, and he was like, "That's like when." He pretty much Aizawa was like, "I'm expecting more criticism and this and this and this because how everything went," and like All Might was like, "This next house is probably gonna get a lot of criticism." And the next house is Kanchan's house. And oh my gosh, you can tell that that's his mom. Like, you can tell. Like, there's a saying that his dad is maybe mama's baby. Like, that's hers. And like, the only thing you can really tell that he got from his dad was pretty much the similar hairstyle. I mean, both their hairstyles are spiky, but his leans to more his dad's hairstyle. Other than that, same attitude, everything. Because, like, it cuts to after All Might and Aizawa was saying the next house might be a little more criticism. They'll have a little more criticism. It shows, like, his mom slapping the hell out of him. He was like, yeah, you can take him. Go ahead. Go. Take him. And Kanchan was like, I'll kill you, old lady. He's like, oh, my gosh, it's hilarious. And it's like, what is going on here? And like the dad's like, you guys are kind of like scaring the heroes a little bit. You need to calm down, old man. Like, oh my, it's like, what is with this darkness in this family? And like, it's hilarious because you never see someone make Kanchan be quiet. And she does that. And it is hilarious. But pretty much she gave her approval and everything, was saying that like Mr. Aizawa's speech during the interviews and everything like that pretty much gave her the notion that, you know, they weren't intentionally or, you know, weren't using the kids as bait or anything like that during, you know, their training to get the heroes out, not the heroes but the villains, but that they were just, you know, they were just literally trying to train them and villains just happened to be popping up. So yeah. So after that, it kind of cuts to them leaving Bakugo's house. And they were saying how Midoriya lived like down the street, so they were going to go to Midoriya's next. And Kanchan comes out, and he was like, "Oh my!" And Oma was like, "Yeah, what's going on?" And like it flashes back to Kanchan looking at Deku crying when All Might gave him that next, it's your turn statement. And he just comes out with, he was like, "What is Deku with you?" And you can tell it didn't startle All Might. I guess he kind of figured out people were wondering. But he was like, he's my student. And like, he's like, I'm sorry, I have to lie to you, this and that. And Kanchan knows. You can tell he knows because the way he turns around and walks away. But like, he was like, all right, if you don't want to tell me, that's fine. And all you hear is Kanchan's mom in the back just screaming at him, "Police say you can't go outside." It's like, like low-key Kanchan mom remind me of a black mom a little bit, but it's hilarious though. So he was like, "Thank you." And like, he does that thing, he says thanks and he goes in the house. And then it cuts to All Might going to Midoriya's house. And he tells Aizawa that he got this alone, you know, we need to cover all the students before, you know, a certain time runs out, so you go ahead, I'll handle this. So, get there. And again, I say, parent, you can tell, I bet you if Midoriya's dad was there, you could tell, like, certain characteristics he got from his dad when his dad's not there. So, get there, Deku and his mom are there, and they welcome him in the house. And like as All Might's taking off his shoes, they turn around. His mom is like freaking out, like Deku normally freaks out. It's like, "Oh my God, All Might is here." He's like, "Calm down, mom." And like they go in the kitchen or the living room or space, whatever. They sit at the table. They're talking about, you know, the UA dorm room situation. And Deku's mom is like, "No, I'm not having it. My son is in too much danger. He's just reckless, recluse. He's just too much right now. So no." So like she goes and starts to not really berate, but dig in deep about how, you know, UA's supposed to be protecting them and this and that, and my son's getting constantly hurt from each event, this and that. And she's like, no. She's like, in the long run, I just want him to be happy, but I'm still a mom. I'm still a parent. I'm going to worry no matter what. She was like, he's probably going to be a hero either way, but not at UA, pretty much. So like Deku runs out, and then he comes back in running, and he like brings him a note that he got from Kota from saving him and everything like that, and pretty much tells him that like no matter where he goes, he's gonna be a hero. So All Might realizes that, you know, he needs to fully take on responsibility for this. So pretty much All Might goes into his muscle form and then bows and does like this whole speech where he was like he's willing to give his life to protect Midoriya and everything like that, teach him how to be a true hero. Deku mom falls to her knees and was like, "Okay, you know, I don't want you to give your life, but I just want you to protect my son." So pretty much then she was like, you know, if you go to UA Deku, you know what you have to do. And like it was like cuts to Deku, he's like, "Yeah, I know. I don't have to. I'm not supposed to make you worry." And the episode kind of ends like that. After though, it shows All For One being locked up in a prison. And I still find it creepy, the whole skin thing over his eyes, but you can still see the indents of his eyes. That's still messed up. But he pretty much was talking about how he felt that All Might's actions weren't the best actions to take. Because he said if you live on, pretty much he's saying that you're supposed to let your students fly on their own and crash and burn. That way they can learn their lessons on their own. which is also true, but at the same time, they do need to give guidance. Pretty much, he was saying that, you know, you're still in the picture. He's still gonna like look up to you for information, you know, thoughts on things. He's like, but now that I'm out the way, you know, he's gonna build his own team. He's gonna go off his own ideas. He's gonna have the reassurance of himself. He's gonna be confident in doing this. And then the key thing that brings this whole episode together and the title is, as All for One is still being wheeled, it cuts to Tomura. Like, he has all those hands and stuff. He's like gathering them from where he like lives his normal life. And like it cuts to him and it like zooms in on his eye, which is like actually like big now for Tomura, and he's like, next is your turn. That was like the dopest thing about this episode for me. But yeah. I'm gonna make another video. Coming up soon. I'll probably make it I'll probably make it Friday or Saturday. But I'm gonna make 2 videos. Let you know, I stopped streaming Vampire. I don't know why, but it was like 2 hours of gameplay is missing that I uploaded. It's just gone. Don't know how. And Loki, not gonna lie to you, I do not want to restart. Yeah, so not gonna be streaming for a while till I figure that out. So what's going on with that, but just want to keep you guys posted. Next week, like I said, either Friday or Saturday, I'll be making a video, making another My Hero Academia video. Then I'll be making one with a guest up there talking about All Might's muscle form, because I really feel like All Might muscle form is his own quirk that was brought out through one fall. But and we're probably making another video about something else. But thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, leave a comment. Do whatever you like. Hate it, love it. Underdogs on top. I don't know why I said that. But stay true, stay savage, my friends. Peace.